most of them since their kindergarten days. Yet on the last day of school last year, when we held our school-wide Stepping Up and Moving Out ceremony, and I guess I should first explain what that's all about. On the very last day of school, the entire student body gathers, hopefully outside on a nicer day than today, to say one last farewell to the fifth graders. And that's the time when the current fourth graders get to sit in the fifth graders' chairs for the first time. So it's called Stepping Up because the fourth graders are stepping up to the fifth grade, and it's called Moving Out because the fifth graders are moving out to the middle school. And as this group of youngsters took their seats last June, I wondered if this group would be able to fulfill the new responsibilities of being the role models for everyone else. They eagerly took their seats, but I wasn't completely sure they had realized the responsibility part. I mentioned it during the ceremony, but they were just so happy with their newfound prestige that they probably didn't listen to what was being said and what was being expected of them. But I can now report that they surprised me by stepping up and doing a fantastic job all year long as our positive role models. They worked hard all year. They were fantastic buddies to our kindergartners. They helped out every day on the buses, and they were leading the kindergartners into the school until the little ones were able to do it on their own. They conducted themselves well and made us proud of all their field trips. And just this past Wednesday, they had their beach day. The weather was perfect. The water was frigid. And people on the beach were very impressed with their behavior and how they were just having fun together. Even when the teachers ganged up on the boys, so the girls won the tug of war, no one really minded. It was a day of great fun that the kids will remember for a lifetime. Some of them will remember the next time to put on a little bit more sunblock. At our recent staff versus the fifth grade softball game, they pulled together as a team to defeat the staff by a score of 8-6. Even when we brought in a couple of talented parents to try to help us. I want to thank Tim Carey and Brian Thompson and Craig Reynolds. They tried to help the staff, but to no avail. But I did hear that Tim and Brian had a nickname for Craig going back to school days, but I don't remember it. However, our fifth graders have some fond memories of their time here at Osborne Hill School that they now like to share with you. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our fifth graders, and they will share some memories.
OHS, and I've made really good friends. Also, I've had great teachers who will always be special to me, and I think you all know who you are.
When I think of OHS, I will always think of friendship. I also think of care and fun. I think of a place where you can get a great education. When other people hear someone say OHS, they should always say, man, I wish I went to that school. I have had a great time here. So thank you, Osborne Hill School. Thank you.
I will always remember in 5th grade I met my 3 best friends. They're all very kind. They help me when I need help. I have never had friends like them. They were never mean on purpose, and we always have so much fun together.
The moment I remember best at OHS is me and my best friends hanging out at recess and playing games with them. And the best field trip ever, LSI. I love 5th grade. Thanks to all my teachers, I learned a lot more stuff than usual.
The best thing that happened at OHS for me was being in challenge line with Mrs. Farrar. She always supplies to do everything from PowerPoints to doodling. I will always remember the fun times we had.
I will never forget the time I first got called B-Day. This was my first nickname. At the time, all of my friends had a nickname.
I remember the time I went to Ellis Island and learned a lot of things and got to hang out with all my friends.
The moment I remember most at OHS is when I had my solo in chorus. I was a little scared, even though it was only these words, Baltimore and DC now. But I finally did it. It was a risk I was willing to take. I was not used to singing in front of large crowds.
I will never forget in first grade when the new girl came in. Right away, I wanted to meet her. When she asked to be my friend, I felt so good and said yes. Since then, that girl has become my best friend, and she means a lot to me as a friend. My favorite memory from OHS was when I lost my first tooth in kindergarten. It was bleeding. I was really scared, but my friend helped me walk down to the nurse and get a tooth keeper for me.
I have lots of great memories at OHS, but one of my favorites is in 4th grade. My friend came up to me and said, "There's this game I really like, and I was wondering if you'd like to play it with me." The game is called chess, he said. Then after I started playing chess, eventually playing in tournaments, I was named one of the best 5th graders in the state.
I have lots of great memories at OHS, but there's one thing I will never forget. That was the day when I made my first friend at OHS. I was all alone at recess in kindergarten, and a girl walked over to me and said, "Hi, my name is Jillian Rooney." And that's where it all began. Turns out now she's my neighbor. Now that Jillian and I are in 5th grade, we are still having lots of fun at